Following in the wake of the epic-making Avante, Tamiya now brings you the Vanquish, a state-of-the-art four-wheel drive buggy that can be upgraded to your own level of competition ability, if and when you want it.
What's up, everybody, and thanks for checking out another video on the RC Retro channel. I have here a Tamiya Vanquish. Personally, I think it's one of the best looking Tamiya vintage buggies out there. And I know I say that a lot, like, hey, look at this awesome looking buggy. I think it's one of the best looking. But no, really, I really think the Vanquish is one of the best looking buggies. I mean, it's futuristic looking, it's tough and aggressive looking. I love the color scheme of it. It's four-wheel drive, and for that reason, I wanted one. And I wasn't able to find one here in the States at a reasonable cost, and I found one overseas that I believe is in great condition, and I thought it was well worth the money I spent on it. So I want to get this open and share it with you, and I'm going to incorporate some vintage promo footage from the late 80s of this RC into my video as I go over it. And I also want to do a needs assessment to see what exactly it is I'm going to need to bring this Tamiya Vanquish back to its glory. So let's get started. Alright, well, one thing I'll tell you is these are in pretty decent shape. We have a photocopied manual. Okay, listen, I love details, but I'm not that crazy, like, oh, I have to have the manual also. But this is what I'm talking about. Up and away, where do I find that? I need one. I want it. I think it looks better than just the away. All right, here we go. Very cool. So I put the tires back on because I want to get the full effect, you know. And now let's start off with the front. As far as the body, there is some light scratching along here, and the window has a little bit of a yellowish tinge to it. It's a little hard to pick up on the video, but I do see scratching up here, which tells me it has rolled over a couple times. Decals are lifting. As a matter of fact, you can see right here, just like lost the glue. Maybe we could heat that up and re-stick it on there, I don't know. And the body's in decent condition. You know, I always wondered how they got this really thin pinstriping around the window, but now that I'm looking at it, it's a decal also. So on the outside of the body, you can see how it's cracked, and then when I took off the shell, you can see the what I call drywall tape in there. And they probably use shoe glue or something in there. But you could feel the brittleness of the plastic for this body. But like I said, it's clean inside. Guy's supposed to be right underneath here and screw in like that. This guy is, I'm taking him off. Well, at least that wasn't drilled in or whatever. It's just some double-sided tape.
Out of the box, you get double wishbone suspension and 4 coil-over-oil-filled shock absorbers. Anti-roll stabilizers, both front and rear. Lightweight competition wheels and pinspike off-road racing tires. Tamiya even injection molded the lower suspension arms to keep this complex component simple, rigid, and lightweight. A newly designed monocoque chassis made from engineering plastic to keep everything together, uncomplicated and easy to maintain.
Nice and clean. Like I was saying before, the shocks I'll probably have to rebuild. I don't think there's any oil in here, and I'll probably have to put a spacer. We'll get some new tires. Clean, you know what? Just some dust. Speedo. Put some new zip ties on there. Take some metal cleaner and we can polish this up. Take it apart and put it back together. This wiring, for some reason in here, looks like it was melted. Not sure what that's about. Stock motor. I'm gonna put probably a Dynatech 01 in here. And whatever, let's see. There's some dirt in there or dust. But I don't think it was heavily used. And if it wasn't in dirt or on a track.
You can replace the kit-supplied shocks with Tamiya's metal high-capacity units and fine-tune them with the optional Tamiya damper oil set. Load up the car with separately available precision ball bearings. Install Tamiya's CPR P100F combined receiver and electronic speed control for additional weight savings. Replace the stock 540 motor with the awesome power of the Dynatech motor for all-out competition.
Look at the front bumper, there's no scratches. Let's make our way through, still no scratches.
What the? Hey, stop moving.
There's some light scratches along the chassis bottom. But nothing like, you know, grooves. Over here, this is a little rough right over here. But great condition. No scratching. And bumper, here look, one groove right there. Some light scratching over here, but that's really it. And the arms, no scratching on the arms. A lot of dust, no scratching. Back here, nothing.
Each gearbox has its own access panel for quick changes and maintenance.
Wow, look at that. Front differential looks pretty clean. I mean, the gentleman I bought the car from said it was only used a handful of times, and you know, it looks as if he's right. So I don't know if I'm gonna actually have to, you know, clean this and rebuild it. Let's move on to the back. Turn this off. Same thing here. You know, I'm not gonna know for sure until I bench test it, and I'm even going to probably run it outside. I know I usually restore these RCs and then I give them their run after, and then I shelf them. But in this case, I think I'm going to run it first, get some footage, and then do the whole restoring process.
When you put a Vanquish in your stable, your prospects of winning off-road races in any environment could not be better. Tamiya Plastic Model Company, first in quality around the world.